Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I am here this morning with Shanti Douglas. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, by the way, if you've not joined before, and so happy to be here with Shanti Douglas, who's a mindfulness instructor with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. Good morning, Shanti.
Good morning. So happy to be here with you again.
Yeah, so nice to have you here. It's been a Shanti last 5 days or so. So we're grateful for your presence here this morning.
Yes, it's always a great way to start my day with a group of amazing people that are so committed to themselves and so much care and kindness and love.
Yeah, it's very true. It's nice to be part of this group and support one another in our practice. So we're grateful. So if anybody's new to our group, a very special welcome to you. We practice mindfulness together and we will guide you throughout the practice. So no concerns there. Happy to have you. So what we'll do is Shanti will start us off with a question for the group. And then after that, she'll share a few thoughts with us and we'll go right into practice. So expect, at least a 12-minute practice for the meditation this morning. So go to the bottom of your screen if you could, open up your chat. And if you'd like, just click the drop-down menu that gives you the option to, it says hosts and panelists. You can click on the drop-down and choose everyone, and then everyone will see your comments as they come in. We like to, that's our way to communicate together, and it's really enriches our session together if we can have folks chime in. So with that, Shanti, what question do you have for us this morning?
Yeah, so I thought today we could talk about and practice with generosity. Generosity is one of those virtues that, I've been in my day-to-day trying to cultivate more and more because it feels pretty edgy sometimes out there. And I know it changes my condition and my interaction with others. Even if I'm not speaking or doing anything, my thought pattern of generosity can really change the situation. So my question today is, recall a time when you were generous with another. And this could be in the way that you were thinking. It could be in an action that you took or didn't take, right? Could be in the words in your mind. And, taking a moment to see how that made you feel to offer that sense of generosity to the other. And I'll talk a little bit about what I think generosity is and what impact that was to you. So just take a moment.
Yeah, I love invoking those thoughts. The one that comes to mind for me is someone posted on social media about a woman, a Ukrainian woman that's moved to the area, and how she's this amazing gardener, and people have been having her come to their gardens and to work on their gardens and supporting her family in that way. So I've contacted her because my heritage is half Ukrainian. Amazing connection. And we're going to meet for coffee, and then she's going to come and help me with my garden. So, yeah.
What a beautiful connection.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Made me feel great.
Right. So. Having her share her world and you share your world and inviting her into this new space and place.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be wonderful. So, yeah. How about you, Shanti?
So this really came up for me the other day. I went, I'm painting the back of my barn, and I had to go get some extra paint. So I went to a pretty big store, and they were limited on the number of supporters, people that were working in the department. And I was walking up to this person and saying, "Hey, want some paint over here?" And it felt like I really interrupted what he was doing because he was unpacking these big boxes and everything. And I'm just like, okay, it's all right. I'm right here. No rush. I've got time, not to worry. And he just kind of marched all the way down the lane there to the front of the paint section and was waiting with anticipation for me, but not in a very lighthearted way. And I just sort of refused to take that on, and really brought in being more present and being more light and being more generous with, it's okay, I'm here, I've got time, what can we do? Do you have what I need? Going through this selection. So for me in that moment, I felt the generosity of giving him that space to kind of process, because I've had those situations before where I've felt interrupted when I was, doing this big thing, and it might have taken me a moment to kind of ungrumble. So I just try to do that, with that salesperson who may have just, for whatever reason, had been having that moment, and giving him that grace, and instead of coming back with, an attitude. Which can happen, when we feel rebuffed like that.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that because he'll remember, he might go home and think about that, because these days retail is just so hard. They can't find help. And
right.
That is generous, and like you said, something you didn't do versus something you did. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's the little things like that I think can help. And exactly what you're saying, people are stretched, and staff is thin sometimes.
Yeah.
Give it some time and space. It's okay.
Definitely. So let's see what we have here. It reminded me to remain open in those times that I'm feeling less than generous. Yeah. Yeah. Just being open, just, can bring in some, I don't know, just some peace into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I recently moved to another area of work. I emailed the group, let them know how important they are. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, Brenda.
Yeah, really connecting with those colleagues that you're not working with anymore. Yeah, and that I think one of the things that generosity does, it opens up a level of connection, right? Even if another doesn't know that, like, this salesperson probably wasn't feeling in that moment that I was, putting out some heart there, or at least some diffusing of energy. There's a connection there, and we're always connected with people, right? We're always connected to our world, and especially when it can be really up and down, topsy-turvy, for us to have that stability and that open-heartedness and that warmth and that spaciousness really adds a lot to it.
Yeah, definitely. Sarah was mentioning about a clinician.
Yeah, listening with compassion. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, many times the things that aren't in our job description are the most important, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was laid off from her job.
Oh, I love this one where a good friend was laid off from work, and she did a weekly check-in with her just to get together. Yeah, just to have that person be seen and felt and heard, and I'm important, and I'm in somebody's world.
Yeah. And then Christy just made it, it does make you feel grateful that you're able to help somebody. So I get that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, these are really deep shares in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. That's really what a gift to everybody to be able to be here with everyone and read those really great examples of deep generosity.
Thanks for sharing, everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's bring some generosity into our practice right now. And that can begin with a simple, posture check and allowing your body to have a sense of relaxation and ease and stability so that the body doesn't have to work hard in this moment. So we begin our meditation practice with generosity to ourselves and to our body. And allowing your posture to show up in whatever way feels right for you. Eyes open, eyes closed, standing, sitting. And inviting the belly to relax. This can message the brain and the rest of the body that everything is okay in this moment. And I'll invite just even a slight smile on the face. It's a wonderful introduction to generosity. A smile helps to set a tone of ease and an invitation to whatever is right here, a gladdening even. And just feeling your body settling into the space and place that you're in. Perhaps feeling connected to the space and the place. And bringing the breath into the body with a sense of ease and openness, a sense of generous flow, just to receive and to release the breath in whatever way feels right for your body in this moment, for this particular breath. There's no prescription of it. And taking a few moments now to gently scan the body. And noticing perhaps what different places of the body might feel more relaxed or more at ease with. Is there a way to take care of different parts of your body? Scanning from head slowly down to the toes. Perhaps it's an adjustment of posture or a release of subtle holding or tension. And generosity can even come with simple awareness and attention to different parts of our body that perhaps go unnoticed as we move through the day. And now coming to the heart center. And as you breathe, breathe a sense of openness and generosity into and from the heart center. Which may mean that we gently put down anything that may be rising up with a sense of constriction or tightness, conflict. Even if we're experiencing suffering right now, with that heart of attention and desire for open-hearted generosity to ourselves, we can attend to our suffering from that place. Like a mother or parent who holds a child in a loving way, we can hold our suffering, hold ourselves in that way. And allowing that warm-heartedness to flow through your whole body, reaching into all the cells. Like a light on a cold winter's day. Radiating warmth. And now extending that generosity and that warm-heartedness out beyond your body. Into the room, into the space. And then extending that generosity and that warm-heartedness throughout the whole building that you're in, the larger space. Touching anyone or anything that may be there. And then extending this generosity, this feeling of generosity and warm-heartedness to as far and wide as you would like, whatever feels right for you. It could be to all those people that you know and have ever met, to all the beings you've ever connected with. It could be to those you've never met. Whatever feels right for you. Feeling that vibrant connection, the circle and cycle of generosity, wishing others to be well, to be safe, to be happy and joyful and free from harm and suffering. To simply be seen. To be heard. Our presence, whether in person or in our thoughts, no matter which, it all counts. Breathing as an energy body of generosity. And then gently bringing your awareness back to yourself and your heart, to your breath. Once again, a gentle smile, a smile of appreciation for yourself and your practice. And returning to this virtual room here together whenever it feels right for you. Thank you, everyone, for your practice. I feel very enriched. I could feel everybody's energy. So wonderful.
Thank you so much, Shanti.
Yeah.
You know, your guidance really reiterates to us how important it is that we bring in that self-care to ourselves first, that generosity to ourselves, and how important it is that we do that first before we endeavor to share it with others, because one can't give from an empty vessel.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that was really nice and important. Yeah. And, Shanti and I were speaking earlier about different quotes and poetry that spoke to us. And I recently joined a sit that was on the same subject, and someone shared the Hafiz's poem that I'll share in the chat here. the Persian poet whose words are just so amazing. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky.
I love that quote. I've heard it so many times and it always just hits me so strongly.
Yeah.
It's it talked about an act of generosity, right? That's just not even a thought of, hey, you owe me. I showed up for you. And especially anything with the earth these days, just the loving, the care that to give to, this, our mother here that's constantly taking care of us, no matter what the conditions that are present.
So true. Well, thank you so much, Shanti, for being here, for your guidance, and for practicing with us this morning.
Yeah, and and the invitation is to simply take generosity with you today, and maybe even the rest of this week, and sort of see how it can show up. And there's so many nuances to generosity, so many different ways that we can offer generosity. And as I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be material goods, right? I think the non-material acts of generosity can be the most important, right? Our presence, our desires, our wish, our attitudes, just so important. And it's a way for all of us to come together.
Yeah, Daryl, true. Our time. Yeah, that's so important. So thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for joining this morning. Just very fulfilling time with all of you. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning and Thursday. So hopefully you can join.
Stay well, everyone.
Yeah. Good to see everyone and see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.